In this second lecture, we will develop some more observations on the entrepreneurial journey, focusing on how to challenge common wisdom, how to turn an act of faith into a successful venture. What is the number one skill for pursuing an innovative venture? I would call it the ability to drive in the dark. And I should say, in order to develop the full metaphor, the ability to drive in the dark on a mountain road at night with no light. What that means is simple. When you start a new venture, it always looks straight. It starts from a product or a service idea, a hypothesis about what is your market, and you get excited about it. You build a shiny business plan to describe your idea. And sometimes on this basis, you will even get some early investors who will put some money on it. So you're getting even more excited. People like your idea, don't they? But the problem is that initial vision almost never works. Out of this initial idea, something totally different will happen. You will run into a technical problem and realize that the technology doesn't work, so you have to keep working on it. And then you may later on find out that you are infringing on a patent, some intellectual property issue that you were not aware about, and you have to redevelop the technology. And you build another prototype and it's still failing. And then you discover about that startup on another continent that does exactly the same thing, just better than you. So you get back on the drawing board and you redevelop the product and it still doesn't work. You keep testing it and it still doesn't work. Customers don't like it. And ultimately, if you're persistent enough, after many iterations, many pivots, eventually you will be successful with a product that usually will barely relate to your initial idea and that you will sell to customers that are miles away from the one you initially had in mind. And this is the story of pretty much every successful venture. You plan a simple, shiny story and you end up executing a chaotic exploration journey. And this means that the real talent of entrepreneur is not the initial vision, because the initial vision, the plan A, is always flawed, is always wrong. No, the first execution talent of the entrepreneur is to be a fast learner, to understand that you are wrong most of the time and to realize that quickly, and therefore to organize the process as an ongoing test experimentation journey that never stops. So you can, along the way, confirm one by one the basic hypothesis of your idea and change everything that proves to be wrong. All the successful startups we've heard about went through that painful birth process. Zynga, Google, Amazon, Twitter, you name them. They all went through that chaotic exploration journey until they could meet success. This idea is very beautifully captured by a quotation from Tina Zillig, who is the director of the Stanford Technology Venture Program. Fail fast and frequently, cheap and gracefully. The goal is not to avoid failure, but on the contrary, to speed up the failure process as the core engine in the learning dynamic.